Welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Reality. Yep, Reality. A former American intelligence specialist was given the longest sentence for the unauthorized release of government information to the media about Russian interference in 2016 United States elections via email. I don't know. It's on Max. Sorry, I don't want to say HBO. It's on Max. Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria is the star of this. You know, whatever. Josh Hamilton is also in it. I recognize him. I don't recognize a lot of other people. Wow, small cast it looks like. And it's only an hour and 23 minutes long. And it's actually rated 6.7 with 9,429 people. So I think that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good numbers right there. Sydney Sweeney, I'm not on the Sydney Sweeney. Not that I don't like her. I don't, look for everything with her in it just yet. I did see Euphoria, but I don't know. I'm kind of excited. It's pretty good ratings. It popped up. It's on HBO, or it's on Max. So if you have that, like I do, you can go watch it. And it's kind of free, right? Unless you're paying for your subscription. You know what I mean? So anyway, and short movie. So let me figure it out and let you know what I think. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Reality, and I have to say it's pretty interesting because I saw there's not that many actors in it. There's not that many actors in the movie. It really has a very minimal location type scenario. And I'll set you up with it. So Sydney Sweeney plays Reality, Winter. So if you watch the news or anything like that, you might know who that is. I had no clue. No clue going into this. I was actually wondering, why did they call it Reality? Well, that's her name, and it's probably really big in the news, and I completely missed it all. She's coming home from wherever, grocery shopping, and the FBI shows up, and they start interrogating her for, stealing government secrets or something along those lines, right? And so the entire thing takes place at first outside of her house, and then inside one room, and that's it. But it remains very interesting, compelling, and had me drawn in. So I watched the whole thing, no check-ins, obviously, to see what was going on. And I mentioned Sydney Sweeney before. Great actress. I thought she was phenomenal as an actress in there. The other two actors were good as well. Everybody else is just an extra. It's really her, the guy I mentioned before, whatever his name was, who you've seen before, plays this role really well. Josh Hamilton, and then Marchánt Davis. That's it. I mean, there's other people in it, but really play no significance in it. So they're again investigating her. She's an ex-Air Force soldier, and is working, I want to say in the NSA or something like that, working for the government with top secret clearance. She's like a translator of some sort, graphic translator. And so they, the whole thing is about questioning her to see what she had done, about, did she take documents out and all that kind of stuff. So if you know about the case, you probably know everything that has happened. If you're like me, you're probably, new to all of this. So that's really what the plot line is, and that's all I'm going to tell you for right now. Very, like I said, there's not very low budget film, I think, but now I see why the scores are so high. It is obviously politically driven, and so, for me, it kind of gets lost a little bit there, but still very, very interesting. To say the least. For I have no interest in politics at all. So, seeing this and still liking it, I think says something for the film. So it's hard to talk about it without talking a little bit more openly. So I think you have enough. If you haven't seen it, you don't know the story, and you want to go watch it and be as surprised as I am, or learn more about it while watching the film, then go ahead and thank you for tuning in. But if you don't care, or you already seen it, I'm going to do a little spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, right? So, it's a public news story, so it's hard to, but I already said spoiler, so it doesn't matter. So you know what happens to this poor woman I guess, in a sense, I don't know. I'm only saying poor woman as in what they present to me on the screen. If that was really her and what really transpired, like to throw the book at her like that, it was like, whoa. And, oh, I forgot to mention this before. It is all based off of the recordings. So the actual recording. So this is as true as it gets. Besides the facial nonverbal expressions, everything else has been in the recording, and it's all about that. I wish I would have said that earlier. Oh well. So that makes it even more like compelling and interesting to me, because if this is really what transpired, and then they throw the book at her, it's like, what? I don't know, you know. But you know, maybe what she did was wrong and needs to be punished, and maybe she was an activist, and that's not right. But I love the one scene where the guy's saying about what a rotten person this girl is, and the woman, whatever, reporter or whatever she is, says, but we're more concerned about somebody who sent a letter as opposed to the Russians actually hacking the voting. You know what I mean? Like, that should be, why are we talking more about this than not about that, you know? And that's like, wow, when you think about it. Again, not into politics. I had no idea that the Russians hacked our voting system. I knew there was something, people say things are wrong, and I heard that kind of stuff before. I didn't know it was actually true. They don't really let that stuff out there, at least for, I'm sure everybody else who reads, I don't want to say Fox News or CNN. I don't know who belongs to who's on the team, but whatever. Already know all this, but very interesting to me. But for a movie person who likes movies about true stories, this is there. Shows the actual pictures, shows the words of what happened, which I always like for, and I thought it was a great acting by her, and so I have mad respect for her acting skills, and I thought they did a great job of keeping your interest with very minimal scenery or changing or anything like that. So that's what I got from a movie perspective. From a real life perspective, I might have to start watching the news a little bit. Alright, that's it. Hopefully that was helpful. Very entertained by this movie. Hopefully you'll be entertained too. And thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.